Hi everybody. Today we are dictating post-tonal melodies. A moment that I'm sure all of you have been waiting for. So, we're going to start off by doing some trichords, just like we've been the rest of the week. We're going to start off by doing 2 of them. They will be on your midterm, so I would definitely work on those if you haven't, but these examples today should be kind of a checkup of where we're at. And then we've got 3 melodies for you. 2 of them are a little short. One of them's on the longer side, but I've all picked ones that are going to be relatively accessible for where we're at. And then we'll kind of wrap up by talking about a loose outline of what next week's going to be. And again, there'll be a midterm video kind of going over the week on Monday. So, let's start off. Okay? Trichord number 1. Remember, I'm playing the prime form. I'm playing them within an octave. I'm playing them thrice. Here we go. Okay, so that is in fact an O2-5. We've got a major second. There's no minor second in there. That removes from the dissonance. And then we don't have an O2-4, right? Because that would sound kind of like a whole tone or like a major. This is kind of a sus almost sound, right? Perfect fourth, major second. O2-5. Okay, next one. Okay, do we hear a minor second in there? Okay, I certainly hope we do, because that is in fact an O1-3. That is one of the octatonic subsets, right? Minor third, minor second, right? Okay, so again, we have tons and tons of trichords as possibilities, and you will see some more than others, but hopefully this is getting a little bit easier, because again, I don't want you to necessarily memorize what all the trichords are, but rather, if I play a prime form, I want you to be able to identify what the internal intervals are, and then be able to reduce that to integers, which is what we're doing here. Okay? So, trichords. Okay? Let's do some dictation now. So, this first one is only 5 measures. It's not very rhythmically complicated. Spoiler alert. I'm going to give you 3 listens for it. So, last time, or rather, this week, we've done symmetrical scales, and then we've also done freely post-tonal stuff. So, to make things a little bit challenging, I'm not going to tell you whether it's whole tone, octatonic, or just generally post-tonal going in, okay? That's part of up to you to figure out. However, remember that the kind of symmetry of octatonicism and whole tone music especially makes them jump out in a way that you don't get with post-tonal music. So hopefully this will be a relatively easy thing to parse through. So here we go. This is listen 1 of 3. This is the quarter note, okay? And I know how fast the quarter note is, so don't worry. It's not, again, there's not a lot of rhythms going on. It's a short example, okay? Your first pitch is here, okay? Here we go. I'm going to give you 6 and more in. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. Okay, so second listen, I'm going to go a little bit slower. Okay, hopefully you caught rhythm, but again, there's not a ton going on melody-wise, as you'll hopefully see. That might have even given a bit too much away. Here we go. I'm going to go a little bit slower. Okay, 3 beats and we're in. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so third and final listen. I'm going to go back to that first tempo, just a little quicker. Okay, hopefully you figured out what, if any, symmetrical scale is at play here. Hopefully you've got all the rhythms, and this final listen, you're just polishing up any area that you're unsure about, or just double checking your work. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so what do we have going on here? Hopefully, you figured out that that was, in fact, whole tone. So, right? We've got every part of a whole tone collection except for B flat. That's all we're missing, okay? Or A sharp. So, we start by going up by a whole step, and then we go down by 2 whole steps, and then we end up a whole step, right? And then we go down, right? And then we just, it's all scale steps. There's really not much to say about this one, besides just saying it's whole tones, okay? So, not much more to say. Let's go ahead and move on, okay? Next one. 8 measures, 3 listens, okay? 3 listens. Now, I'm giving you 3 listens because it's a spoil something. Rhythmically, it's exceptionally repetitive, and melodically, it's almost equally exceptionally repetitive. So even though it's 8 measures, that does not mean it is particularly long or difficult. So I will also tell you that even though it's written in 2/4, you will be hearing a 8th note triplet type rhythm, so you could think of this as being in 6/8 almost. Okay? So here we go. There's your first note. Okay? I'm going to actually just go ahead and tap you in on the triplet, okay? Okay? So here's the quarter note. Okay? This is going to be a little bit brisk in the first time, and then I'll slow down for the second time. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, take about 30 seconds, a little less, maybe 20. Okay, listen 2 of 3, a little bit slower. 1, 2. Okay, let's do a third and final listen. I'll go back to that first tempo, okay? Hopefully you've, at this point, got a sense of rhythm, got a sense of what, if any, kind of collection is at play here, and you're just kind of polishing up things. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, does this one have a collection at play? Does it sound post-tonal? I'm going to say no, not necessarily. There is some sort of relationship going on here. I can hear the order, I just can't quite tell what it is. Looking at our first pitches, starting on A, there's kind of a regular ascending, regular descending pattern. This is, in fact, octatonic. Okay, I played just the first 8 measures. So we've got A, B flat, G, F sharp, C, D flat, right? Right? Half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Right? And what makes this somewhat easy for us is that the second 4 measures is just a transposition of the first 4 measures to a different spot. So your pattern of half step and whole step changes because your pitch changes. So here we have up by half step. Actually, no, it doesn't change, actually. It's exactly the same. So that's the first 4 and the second 4 played at the same time. So you can see kind of how regular and symmetrical our symmetrical octatonic is. So again, not much more to say to that. The rest of this one is good to sing. So if you want some more singing practice, this is 21.47 in your book, as you can see. But in any case, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to our final dictation for today. So this one's going to be 6 measures, okay? 9 measures, 6 listens, okay? 9 measures, 6 listens. So you have figured out that the first one was whole tone and that the second one was octatonic. You can probably guess what this is going to be, and I'll just tell you. This one's going to be generally freely post-tonal. So really listen and treat the whole thing, the whole dictation, like you were doing interval chain transcription. Okay? I've picked one that's got a very accessible rhythmic kind of palette, despite the change in meters, which I've shown for you there. So there's all 9 measures for you, and rhythmically, this is really straightforward. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. We are transcribing and dictating a post-tonal melody. Listen 1 of 6, okay? Here's your first note. Sorry, I need to make it bigger on my second screen over here. Can't really see it. There we go. Okay. Okay. This is going to be our quarter note, okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was listen 1. That was listen 1. Okay, here's listen 2 of 6. Pardon me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, listen 3 of 6. Hopefully you've got an idea of rhythm. Hopefully you've got an idea of kind of where we start and where we end. And hopefully you're kind of working your way towards the middle. Again, it's harder to kind of work your way backwards in a post-tonal melody, but hopefully you're hearing where certain pitches are coming back. Okay? Is perhaps too broad a hint. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, listen 4 of 6. We're at the halfway point. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everybody, listen 5 of 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 6th and final listen. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Takes 10 seconds to kind of gather your thoughts and finish up. Okay, so this one may have been tricky. I'm imagining it was. A couple things. It does start and end on the same pitch. In different octaves, but in the same pitch. So, kind of a tricky thing to catch. But once you notice that, or if you notice that, that can be a great way to kind of work your way from the backwards in. That is not always the case, but in this case, that's what happens. So let's take a look at this. Okay? We start off, it looks odd because he does it as an augmented second descent, but it sounds like a minor third. So, you know, this kind of down a major second, up a major second. But then we go tritone, right? Then we outline a diminished triad. There's our 036, right? Then we go back to B flat, descend by fifth, or pardon me, by fourth. And then we go back to B flat through A flat. So hopefully you heard that, right? And then now we have another 036 instead of this one. We have this one. Okay, that D is odd. We haven't seen the D before, but then we descend by tritone at the end. Okay, so again, interval-based music. This is about as easy as I could find for right now, because it can get tremendously complicated. But this is a great example of something that has kind of all of these different elements, but it's rhythmically pretty simple and it's melodically very simple. Notice that it's from Cliff Callender's song collection, Innocent Songs. So that's a good collection to check out, and there's a couple of Cliff's pieces in the in your book that are all pretty good. We'll be doing more accessible ones and building up to the more complicated ones, because for singing purposes, especially for sight singing purposes, this stuff can get pretty out there. Okay, so that's it for today. Midterm next week. So I've talked about this a couple times this week already, but same format as previous quarters. Monday will be a review. I will be posting an overview video on Monday that goes over the format of the midterm and clarifies all these things in bigger detail. So Wednesday, or thereabouts, I'll be sending out a Google Doc that you can all fill out. That will be your schedule for a 15-minute long appointment with me over Zoom, where you'll do a prepared singing and a sight singing like normal. And we'll also do a bit of a kind of a grade check-in and catch-up, because we haven't really talked about grades as much this quarter. Okay? Friday will be a take-home dictation midterm, just like the final exam from last quarter. So it'll be the same kind of dictation that you've been used to for midterms and finals, but it'll be take-home. Okay? So that's it for this week. We are fully in post-tonality. Week 6, we're going to pick up right back up here, and we're going to push forward into newer and greener pastures. And we'll also be actually working out of a different book. So all those details will come. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me or schedule an office hour with me. I'm always happy to help. And with that, have a wonderful weekend, folks. Homework should be posted to Gotcha Space right now, and I will see all of you next time.